Good evening, everyone. Our lovely panelist, Pandit Satish Sharma ji, Chris ji, as we would address him in our language, and my director, my partner, and my husband, Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri, and all of you, friends of India, citizens of India, and people whose heart beats for India. Just before coming here, I'm not on social media. That's why I hear the news a little late. And especially now that we are on a tour, I don't have the, um, the daily habit of reading the newspapers which come to my home every day. I am not getting to read Indian newspapers here. So I was very saddened when I heard the news today that a very, very dear friend and one of the greatest actors that India has ever produced, and somebody that I always looked up to as an actor, has come out with a statement calling our film fictional. I don't think I need to take his name. I'm sure all of you know who I'm talking about. I wish he had just picked up the phone and spoken to me about it. As you've seen in the documentary, we have spent 4 years of our life researching for this film. Very typically in Bollywood, you know that a film is made every year, and every year people make money on that film and just move on to the next film. But ever since we made Buddha in a Traffic Jam, we wanted to bring out the kind of subjects in front of people which the normal Bollywood producers and directors shy away from. And all of these subjects, as you know, are not light subjects, they are not romantic films, they are not mindless comedies, and hence a considerable amount of research goes into each film. Starting 2010, we are sitting in 2022 now, Vivek and I, we've made 3 movies. Buddha in a Traffic Jam, the Tashkent Files, and the Kashmir Files. And Kashmir Files got released on the 11th of March, which was exactly 3 months ago. And it's a big hit. People have loved the film. It has been the biggest box office success. So for us, the film should have been over. We should have already started working on our next project. But there is a reason why we are still, going from city to city, country to country, talking about the film, taking this message forward. It is not easy making a film like this. As you've seen in the documentary, we spoke to over 700 people. We have 700 testimonies with us, and one more painful than the other. You've seen what Vivek and I have been going through. For 2 months in 2019, when we visited USA and UK and all the other places, we had lost our sleep. We couldn't sleep in the night due to the pain that people kept sharing with us every day. And after going through these many hours of research, having gone through so many books, having spoken to historians, to intellectuals, to academicians, to people in the government, in the administration, media, it is very difficult to condense it into a 3-hour movie. But that job was done too. The movie also released. And then that is when the story actually begins, because that was the time when everything started. Because people suddenly realized, I don't think they had quite anticipated that this movie will actually see the light of the day, or that people will actually love this movie so much, or that people have been waiting to watch this movie. Nobody had anticipated this. While we were shooting in Kashmir, there was a fatwa issued on our name. And after the movie released, within 7 days, Vivek had to get a Y-level security, which means there are people with guns walking with him every minute of the day when we are back in India. Now, this is the price of telling the truth. You can imagine, suddenly our lives have changed when Vivek and I would sit down in our car with our children and drive off anywhere. Now we have two armed people sitting in the car with us, so the four of us as a family can't travel in a car anymore. We have to take two cars to go anywhere. And moreover, the privacy, There are no husband-wife conversations now in the car. So, standing here on this podium, it's a very small thing to say, but if it happens day after day, then it's a big price to pay, But all I'm saying is that having gone through all this, and going through all this, and after announcing a movie like the Delhi Files after Kashmir Files, भगवान ना करिए Y का Z ना हो जाए, मैं बस इतना ही शुक्र मनाती हूँ भगवान से. But this is only going to increase. But yet we are committed. I'm not saying all this. I'm not saying all this because I want to rant out or I want to complain. I just wanted you to see a part of the part of life, how it changes and what happens to the people who speak the truth. We are still going ahead, we are still making our movie, and we will keep making movies, and we will keep bringing the truth out for as long as we can keep making movies. And the best thing that I have, observed during all our tours outside is, ever since I was a little child, I always had a problem with Marathis living in Maharashtra and Gujaratis living in Gujarat and Tamilians living in Tamil Nadu. I always thought that India should have been, the states should have been divided differently. So we all could have lived together. Unfortunately, we don't get that chance there, but the diaspora does. You're all the Gujaratis, the Kannadigas, the Telangas, the Marathis, the Northeast Indians, the Kashmiris, the Punjabis, everybody gets to live together. And what a force you make. In USA, when we had gone in the month of November, December, just before the release of the film, we showed this film in 16 different cities, and 36 different organizations came together to make these screenings possible. There was the Sikh Association, there was the Telangana Association, there was the Physicians Association, there was an Indo-American Jew Association, and many more. There were about 36 associations which came together. There was the Maratha Mandal also. Everywhere that we went, the same thing happened in Bangkok as well. And here also, we are doing an event of FISI. We came here on the invitation of the Kashmiri Pandit community. We've also done a couple of other events for different organizations. Insight, I think we did one. But there is one thing that I would like to say here, if you don't mind. What I realize is that ever since I've come to UK, I somehow feel that all the Indians are very fragmented here. They all belong to their groups, their unions, their societies, which is fine, which is the way it should be, because we all need a sense of belonging. But when the cause is big, when you know what we are seeing happening in India right now, these are the times when all of us, we have to come together and work. Because we should learn this from our history. The only reason we've been defeated over and over and over again, and we've been ruled for 1,000 years, is because we were never united. We always had a problem working with each other. And I think it's high time we left that habit behind, and we work together as a team. We are all Hindus. We are all Indians. And as I said in the beginning, our hearts beat for India. So let's all work together for the cause of India. So moving on from Kashmir files, when we make Delhi files, we will once again be coming here to UK. I'm sure, like the Kashmir files, we will need more interviews, more research, and maybe we'll come and meet some of you and talk to you. The Delhi Files is again another very important film. And as Vivek has said at the end of our documentary, we are artists. And though we would like to do more, we are not politicians. So there is a line that we need to draw somewhere. But people living outside of India, what I have learned, because we just did the Parliament, event a few days ago. Yesterday, was it? I've lost all sense of days, I'm sorry. So, day before, was it, Satishji? Day before. Day before was the Parliament event. And what Baroness Verma, she said one thing to me which made so much sense. She was talking to, somebody who was sitting next to me. And this lady started saying about, oh, we have a problem here and this is a problem there. And Baroness Verma said, have you ever spoken to your MP about it? And she said, no. I think every time we have a problem, we should take a delegation of 10 people and go and meet your MPs here. You know what? That's exactly what we did. We've been speaking about this over and over and over and over again. Sometimes even I get bored of saying the same thing, but you have to keep saying that to make a difference, to make a mark. When we were in Scotland, one of the members of the Scottish Parliament, he agreed. And he promised us that he'll bring about a motion in the Scottish Parliament and he'll start debating about the Kashmiri Pandit genocide in the Scottish Parliament. And a lot of MPs have promised us, day before yesterday, that they will also like to. There is always another point of view. All of them said that they have heard only one point of view. This is for the first time that they are hearing the other point of view, and they would like to make their friends and colleagues in the Parliament aware of this, and they will try and do something about it. Now, this assurance is actually enough. This is what we can do coming from India. But all of you sitting here, you can take this cause forward. You can keep talking to your MPs as the other people do, as the other communities do, because they all get their representations, and we really don't. Our voices are too weak even now. So as an Indian, I'm urging all my fellow brothers and sisters living in UK to please take this cause forward. It is wonderful to come and meet within your own groups and within your own communities, but we have to work towards the larger cause of India, towards the larger cause of our own religion, our own philosophy, our own culture. So let's take a pledge today that we'll all work towards this together. And let's make India Vishwa Guru as we all dream of every day of our lives. Thank you very much.